Some individuals, group of people, organizations, and even governments around the world are continuously extending their efforts to help and contribute in seeking different solutions for the different global environmental issues. To inspire you more, here are some projects coming from the different countries that has its major purpose of taking care of the environment.
So we moved here in 2001. We had 13 dead and dying trees on the property, and we felt that one way we could help was start putting back trees in. So during the 2019 bushfires, we lost everything that we had planted. Not only the extensive lines and shelter belts that we'd planted, but see the old grandfather trees go. That was so sad. So 2020, my plan was to replace the tree lines that we'd lost, and I did pick up a couple of thousand trees thinking get Landcare groups in to come and help. Then COVID came and then no one could come in, and it's really tough planting trees by yourself. So we've got the crews from CMA here, and they're planting trees and planting shelter belt plants that are really for climate change. Hopefully they can withstand our drier years that are to come. And it's a lot of trees. It's a couple of thousand trees to get done over the few days, and it's brilliant what they're doing. It's going to make a big difference.
So Werribee Zoo's committed to a future rich in wildlife, and part of that is connecting people to nature, working for wildlife and creating special places. The CMA team really helped us after COVID. So through COVID process, we were really busy at the zoo, and also with the care of our animals on site, including our endangered animal programs.
It's been great having the crew here, really. We've been able to get into some big jobs with multiple people, so a big crew of extra hands on the ground, so that's fantastic. And what it means is we can work to our Werribee River management plan, so that included a lot of mulching, weed control, tree guard removal, things like that.
We have some very passionate teachers here who are very interested in caring for the remnant bushlands, and we have a beautiful bushland reserve at the back of our school that we are working hard to protect. So we wanted to make sure that we could spend some time and put some energy into making sure that we could make people aware of that and also protect it. And also be able to allow students to come out and have some awareness of nature and connection to nature and the importance of that for their health and well-being. Some of the work we've been focusing on here is weed management and also bushfire prevention. In terms of COVID and lockdown, we've been lucky enough to have a few partnerships with people or groups, and now the work also here from Port Phillip with working on the weed management, particularly the ivy work around the block as well.
This crew has been fantastic. They're a really great bunch of people, skilled and enthusiastic. It's just been really fun. I've really enjoyed working with the crew.
It's been absolutely wonderful having the crews here. They're a great bunch of people, and they're really interested in what they're doing too.
We could not be in the position that we're in now without the assistance from the crew. So having a crew come like this and clear the space enables some of us, an interested party of teachers, to come out here as work as well as bring our students out and be part of that.
I'd just really like to thank the CMA and Landcare and everybody who was involved in making this project happen. It means an enormous amount to me, so I'm incredibly grateful, and I'd just really like to say thank you. Thank you.
When I was younger, we lived off the land. It gave us everything we needed. It made us strong. These days, young people overlook their earth potential. We want to show them what lies beyond what they can see. I was so lucky to grow up with my granddad, and he bring us all the old stories of Africa. That knowledge he leaves us or tell us more about the plants. I get it from when I was small, talking about plants and things like that. Going into the field, you have more freedom, you can play, you can eat. That's what I love, the open air. I enjoy every moment to touch the soil. I love it really. But now what's happening with planting the lands, most of the trees, the indigenous trees, it's gone.
When I saw Blackie is looking after the plants, I was so impressed. The way he treats the trees, it's like a human being. Blackie taught me everything about the trees.
I didn't really like plants before, but when I came here, I realized that there is a huge difference that these plants are making in our livelihoods.
Me and Ayanda, we was on top of the hill, and as we look down in KwaNobuhle, we see how few green is there in the community. Mankind have destroyed the indigenous forests we used to have. That's why Indalo comes in to bring that knowledge of our indigenous trees and medicinal valleys back into our communities.
Our plan is to plant indigenous trees in KwaNobuhle schools, to go and teach the children about the importance of our indigenous plants and our trees.
The value of the planting indigenous trees, it's more for our future generation kids. We was looking for a fruit tree, put something on the table. The wild olive, it's so important for our cultural and a backbone, and that is who fights global warming. Those trees are really very important.
We plant those trees in a community because we don't want to break that link of the chain.
If it stopped with me, mankind really will abuse the field because they don't have that knowledge what that plant, its meaning to them, what the value of that plant is. It's so rewarding to see if you have planted a tree, come in years back and see how that beautiful tree have grown in, flowering. It gives me a smile on my face and in my heart. The land that gives us so much. It's our responsibility to look after it for future generations.
Sweden has turned its waste into gold. We're doing good business, and at the same time we feel good about it because we're helping protect the environment.
Out of the 4.4 million tons of Swedish waste each year, just 1% is dumped in landfill. How do the Swedes manage to do that? How come they are so far ahead of other European countries in the recycling business? This shopping centre, 100 kilometres from Stockholm, looks no different to any other. Crockery and glassware, furniture, electrical goods are for sale. But all the items are in fact being recycled in a unique project. These computers, for example, are being repaired one by one for resale.
And here you go, it's working again. Okay, and here comes a DVD player, and it also has a VHS tape player and recorder. And is it working? Okay, yeah, it works.
I'm moving house, so there are many things that I won't be bringing along with me.
That's how this treasure here turned up.
Yes, and someone else can use them, and that's a good thing.
A whole culture of recycling has sprung up in Sweden. This Frenchman, Jan, has been living in the country for 12 years and has adapted. He pays special care to sort all his kitchen waste.
Take this banana peel, for instance. It goes here, the special bag for organic waste.
The city of Stockholm supplies rubbish bags free of charge. The main rule is to separate the waste properly.
This here is the bag for all the plastic waste. And I put the rest in here. Paper, magazines, glass and metal bottles.
Consumers make a trip to a recycling centre on average twice a week. There's one nearby in every district, each with 7 recycling bins.
What we do for the environment just becomes part of the routine, and that is a source of satisfaction. Each person has their own role to play in environmental protection.
Swedish people bring in around 480 kilograms of waste per person per year. Half of it, metal, plastic, glass, goes directly for recycling. The other half also gets a second life.
Anything that cannot be recycled is transported to power generation plants. From household rubbish to used packaging, in all, 750,000 tons of waste is treated each year. Huge pincers drop waste into incinerators that turn it into energy.
We have electricity producing turbines, and in the process we also generate heat, which is made available to Stockholm residents. 100,000 people get heating that way, and 200,000 people benefit from the electricity we generate.
The power generation causes hardly any pollution. Authorities say CO2 emissions are 2 times lower than the limits allowed. The system works so well that to keep incinerators working flat out, Sweden treats waste from other countries.
10% of the waste our company treats here is, in general, imported.
Where do they come from?
Mostly from the United Kingdom.
Sweden imported 1.4 million tons of waste in 2016. Waste exporting countries paid €36 per ton, bringing in more than 50 million euros.
We see waste as a commodity, a product one can sell or buy, just like other forms of energy. Waste is an efficient source of energy, and it's also a very good way to reduce our environmental impact.